Happy holidays. Okay, seriously though, happy holidays part 2 in Pokemon Go. We already have the information, and as we did see in part 1, we have a brand new costume Pokemon, which I think is one of the cooler costume Pokemons that have come out, I think maybe since Spheal. I love that Spheal scarf, but this one might top it in Pokemon Go, so let's check it all out. Holiday season part 2 event. Let's get it. Welcome to the Trader Club. Here we go. Trainers, on our final leg of our festive celebration winter holiday part 2, let's introduce 2 new costume Pokemon. Not 1, but 2. Could it be an evolution? More than likely. Psyduck wearing the holiday attire and Golduck wearing the holiday attire, evolution. Plus, for the first time, trainers will also be able to encounter shiny Vanillite. Yo, let's go. Okay, so for the first one, I was a little bit worried that we weren't going to get any type of shinies, even though I did hint that maybe in part 2 we would get one, and that was actually just a guess. And look at here, we have the shiny Vanillite. Let's go. Have a Holly Jolly time with the winter-themed postcards background, a smattering of snow on the in-game map, and so much more to take this 2023 year-end holiday celebration all the way to the top. Okay, I just made that end of the part up, but it sounded pretty good. So let's go over everything that this event is going to entail. Obviously, the brand new Pokemon, and they do have their shiny forms, which is going to be Psyduck as well as Golduck. And what I am seeing from here is that more than likely Psyduck will be in the wild and Golduck will be the evolution. So if you are a shiny collector, you're going to need 2. And these shinies during the holiday seasons are very rare because they only come out during Christmas, so you are going to want to try to stack up on as many as you can. And as far as the event bonuses, it looks like you have the exact same bonuses as the last one. You can choose. You either want double catch XP or double catch Stardust. I'm very excited about this double catch Stardust. I'm probably going to play pretty hard during this event, and it's probably going to be freezing here in Oregon. And if you guys are wondering why I keep seeing no more beach, I did move. So now I am back in Oregon right now. But also you get increased XP and Stardust for opening gifts. But at the same time, guys, I'm wondering if you choose from part 1, does that stick to part 2, or can you change it? Because I think it would be cool to change it, like, oh, I want some XP and I want Stardust. Hopefully you can change it, but I'm not guaranteeing that. As of right now, from what I would say, whatever you choose in part 1 would probably stick over into part 2. And it says trainers will continue to have the free time to research, so it looks like it's probably going to stick in this area. Which then is going to lead us into the spawns. We do have the Pikachu, now we're going to have the Alolan Vulpix, now we're going to have the Psyduck with the costume. I love these spawns. We have the Seal, the Eevee, the Swinub, and then let's not forget about the Delibird. The Delibird is going to have the little bow thing on its little ear up here, and that one is a Stardust boosted Pokemon. We have the Snorunt, the Spheal that looks like does not have the scarf anymore, so please make sure to get the appropriate costumes, and remember, at some point, those ones could evolve at some point. We have seen the retrograde of shinies that could not evolve and now can evolve, so you are going to want to have more in case you can take it to Celio and then eventually to Walrein. Then we have the Galarian Darumaka, the Vanillite that has the brand new shiny. We have the Cubchoo that now has also that little ribbon thing, the Cryogonal, and then new Pokemon that's going to be Citadel that you will have more than enough by this point. And if you are lucky, the same Pokemon are going to be persisting. I wish we could have got maybe a costume on one of these, but we do have the Sneasel, we have the Piloswine, which is going to be a guaranteed 1XL candy when you catch it because it's a second evolution, and then we have the grand, beautiful shiny of the Amuro. And then in the 1-star raids, we're going to have the Pikachu, we are going to have the Cubchoo, we're going to have Alolan, Vulpix, Crabrawler, as well as Citadel, so pretty similar Pokemon. I'm actually surprised they didn't switch out one of these Pokemon and put in the Psyduck with the costume. The 3-star raids we're going to be Dugong, we're going to have Lapras, we're going to have the Delibird, and the Glaceon wearing the costume. And then we're going to switch it to eggs, which are going to be 2 kilometers. It looks like most of these Pokemon persist, but we're adding in the Psyduck with the costume. We have the Eevee with the costume. We're going to have Smoochums in there. We'll have the Galarian Darumaka and the Amora, so I love these 2-kilometer eggs. I will actually probably be running through a lot of 2-kilometer eggs during this time. I will probably not be hatching a ton of them with my eggs incubator premium. I am just going to be using a standard one, but since I plan to play a lot and walk a lot, I plan to be able to hatch a lot. And the field research encounters will include the Pikachu, the Vulpix, and the Psyduck. So it does look that all these Pokemon are continuously spawning in the wild in the field research, so I hope that the Psyduck is a little bit more common than it is rare. And then we have the Shelder. Shelder is a guaranteed 1,000 Stardust per catch, guys. Save that for a 3x catch Stardust event. We're going to have Jinx, Lapras, Stantler, and Spheal with the holiday costumes on in this. We're also going to be getting Snover, which does have the Mega Abomasnow. That is a grass and an ice type Mega, dual typing. Love that one for that. Glaceon with the costume, Vanillite with the new shiny, and Crabrawler. And then do not forget that we do have the Glalie and Abomasnow for Mega Energy coming from the field research. And the costumes are going to be a Delibird onesie, Citadel hat, holiday boots, scarves, and sweater. So those are going to be the same. And remember that if you guys do have Amazon Prime, please log into Prime Gaming. Get yourself a free holiday costume because why not? You already are paying for Prime. Get the free stuff as well. And then once again, guys, if you do want the paid research, it's $2, which will give you encounters with some of these Pokemon, and you're going to be able to get 4 premium battle passes. And then finally, you can get the $5 one, which is basically going to give you a gift holding emoji. To me personally, I don't really care that much about those things. I'm more into the function of the game than into the fashion of the game. But if you guys are into the fashion of the game, you may want to go after that. Don't forget that we have stickers and we have showcases. So I love this event. One of my biggest things about the holiday season is the Stardust boosted Pokemon. Unfortunately, Shelter is not spawning in the wild, but that field research task is very valuable for your Stardust, especially because I'm desperately trying to get my Stardust to a point where I'm ready to just start spending all of it again, not below 100 million, which I know some of you guys are like, bro, that's absolutely crazy. But at some point in the game, you kind of have these milestones where you start setting and you're like, I want to open my game and I want to see this amount of XP or this amount of stars, which makes me feel like I've been leveling myself up and now my bank account in the game is at a certain place. So anything over 100 million, I'm spending. I promise you guys that. Preferably, I'm going to save 10 million. Then I'm going to make a video. We're going to spend a ton of Stardust. And then every time after that, I get to a million Stardust, whatever it is, and I need to power up a Pokemon. It's going down. I'm done with saving Stardust and I'm happy about it, for one. For two, there's great shiny Pokemon in here and great shiny leveraged Pokemon in here. Remember, if you may not be a shiny collector, somebody out there is, and they might have a Pokemon that you want. So having their shiny Pokemon that they want gives you trade leverage. So don't overlook that either. Those are very valuable things to have and save that for me personally, I don't really care about saving shinies. If I caught one, cool. I will trade it away for something that I want, even if it's like a shiny Riolo. I want a shiny Riolo and they're like, hey, do you have this holiday costume? I wasn't able to get the shiny. I'm like, yeah, as long as it's not gonna cost me 40,000 Stardust. So that's usually what I look for. And the way to get around that 40,000 Stardust is that person has caught the regular costume and they have caught a shiny variant without the costume on. And if you have those two entered, you're able to trade the shiny costume for 800 Stardust. And if they don't, and maybe you had an extra costume, what you could do on day 1 is trade them the costume Pokemon. On day 2, trade them the other Pokemon, which is going to be the shiny with the costume. And since they had the shiny, they had the costume, and now you give them the shiny with the costume, that's a way to get around spending a lot of Stardust on a trade. So thank you guys for being here. Good luck out there. Excited about Holiday Part 2. Which one do you like better, Part 1 or Part 2? I mean, Part 2 is starting to bring the heat, but they do take away a little bit of the costumes, which I think should build, I'd rather take away. But that's Pokemon Go, so I appreciate you guys being here as always. To all my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody takes your support, subscription, space, 2x level. I'm gonna see you guys out in the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.